Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a quick get ready with me using 100% drugstore and affordable products. And I thought I'd give you a little update as we're going along on what's been happening in my life. So if that sounds interesting to you, keep watching and let's get started. So what I consider drugstore are products that you can find at your local drugstores, but also at like we have Myers here in Michigan, but like super Walmarts where they have like your groceries and then they have all the other items, household items, and they have beauty and health and beauty aids and stuff like that. Plus also at Ulta in the affordable side, which are basically what you can find in drugstores, but they have a few extra items too that are very affordable. So that's what I consider drugstore products, because you know what? You can find great products at a good price. You don't always have to spend a lot and get the top of the line. I do like my luxury products. I will say that I don't have as many as those. I try to have about 50-50. But let's get started. Today I'm going to start with my eyes, and I'm trying this out. I just got it. It's an eye primer by Hard Candy. So looks like it has a little bit of a color, but let's see what it looks like when it goes on. Okay, it blends out. It blends out nice, but it didn't really give a lot of coverage. It gave a little bit of coverage, but not a lot, which is fine. And while that's setting down, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my Essence brow pencil. Here. And I'm going to fill in my brows. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. I have one eyebrow that's a lot thinner than the other. One, the hair grows nice. The other one, it doesn't. And it's very irritating in trying to get them both to match. And I like to go in with this. And then I will take my little e.l.f. brow gel and I will go in, because that seems to, the fibers seem to give it a little bit more oomph and it helps it stay. And I have the blonde in this. And that just helps them both stay. Okay, so those are done. I just grabbed something really simple. I was trying to find, I will say this, I think most of my eyeshadow palettes are higher end. I do have a couple that are by like Moira, which is a very affordable brand, but it's not found at the drugstore, but I would consider that more like of a drugstore pricing and stuff like that. So I grabbed one of my little Essence 6 pans. This is the Rose Will Go palette, because you know me and my pinks. So I thought I would just give this one a go today. Don't have anything special planned today. In fact, unfortunately, I have to go grocery shopping today, which is not, I don't mind grocery shopping, but I normally go like Wednesday after work. But I had a retirement party at work to go to, so I ended up not getting to do it then. So I'm taking the lightest color in here. This is a nice, great underbrow color, so I'm using that. And I'm bringing it down a little bit just so it'll help my other colors blend. And I did want to give you an update. A couple of days ago, I got my cast off. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, let's see, I put up my arm. I didn't get it to show. Got my cast off. Have a nice little scar. But it's okay. You know, it's working. I'm having a few little issues with some pain up here because my plate is sort of goes across and down, and then I have screws bolting it in. So I'm having a little bit of a pain right here. But I'm hoping that will go away. I'm hoping it's just nerves adjusting to everything that's in there. But I'm happy to have a free arm again, which is good. Because let me tell you, it did heat up in Michigan here, finally. It's been like almost 90 every day for the last couple of days. So wearing a cast or a splint on your arm is no fun in the summertime. It was so sweaty. It's like, ugh. done with that. Don't want to deal with it. Okay, so then I'm going to go into this next mid-tone, like peachy color here. And I'm going to blend that into my crease and above. This is my transition shade. I like these essence ones. I will say, there is, when you dip it in, when you tap off your brush, so you do get a little bit of kick up and everything. I can hear someone sleeping back there. He decided to come up and sleep by me, and he's just sort of like half moaning, like, oh. They're waiting because when I'm done taping, we are going for a nice, well, we'll see how long of a walk because it is hot out. It's already, I think it's like 10 o'clock here, and it's already like 85. So it's going to be another hot day. Okay, then I'm going to go into the color in the middle here. It's a little bit darker, and I'm going to deepen my crease. Yeah, so as I was saying, got my cast off this week, and then also we had another employee retire in my company, and I'm sure like a lot of other companies, what they're doing is they're just they're not replacing them right now, the person, so they're dispersing the work between the rest of us, which I don't mind. I'm, I guess, a type A personality, and I love to be kept busy. I love to be busy at work, so that's fine for me. I just, I want to do a good job. I hope that, I got minimal training, I would say. I mean, I wish I had time for more. The person that was retiring had to they split her job between several people. So, she had to split her time between several of us. So she did the best that she could. So that's fine. But it's going to be exciting, going to be busy, and a new challenge. And that's fun. I like challenges in life. So you just take everything in stride. I always look at it where God puts you where you're at for a reason, and He won't give you more than what you can handle. So there was a reason for me breaking my arm, and there's a reason for everything that happens. So, okay. So you can see this is just a real nice, soft pink look. And then I'm going to take, it's a shimmer, but it's a little bit darker of a shimmer here. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to put this in the corner just to deepen it a little bit more. Because I like to get emphasis on the outer corner a little bit to give it a little bit of depth and dimension. And I don't worry that, like here, I've gone out a little bit because, my little secret with concealer, and I wipe it off a little bit and then I'll do the concealer. So I actually like to bring this out like this, because then when I do go to make my crease, like up here, I can get a crisper line. So I will, and there's a lot of times too, I will use my little, I showed it before that I got on Amazon. It's like a little T-square that you hold up. Whoops. And it actually helps you to get that perfect straight line. But if you don't want to be bothered with that, I just do this, and then I can take a makeup wipe and I can wipe off a little bit of the excess. And then when I do my concealer, that really tops it off good. Okay, so we've got a matte like peach color, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to put that down as a base on my lid real quick. And you could do this and be done and just have an all matte look. And see, this is just a really nice look. So if you're not into shimmer, this to me is like a perfect look, and it does everything. But I like my shimmers, so I'm going to take the little shimmer color that's in the middle here, and I'm going to press that over the top. And I like these because they're not like a super high shimmer. And by putting it over this other color, this is just going to give it a little bit more natural look. But I think it just makes your eyes pop a little bit. And you can see it's not that much difference. They're not like super glittery. It's just a nice little sheen. But it gave it just a little bit of an extra oomph there. Okay, for eyeliner today, I brought up my Maybelline Hyper Easy. And this is in, oh gosh, my eyes. Get my glasses real quick because I need it. It is called Pitch Brown. And I've said this before, it's got the little shaker in it. I like that. It's got a nice little fine tip on it. I don't know if it's going to focus in on that. Might not. But, okay. It's got a super fine tip, which I like just to get right at my lashes. And I will, on easy days where I'm trying to do a no makeup look, I will either do this or I will tightline. I tightline most of the time, but I do like wearing a liquid liner like this when it's super hot outside. It's hot and it's humid out today. I will say that it is very humid out, so I want something that's going to stay on well, and this does. And again, as I'm putting this eyeliner on, I'm basically going flat. Staying pretty flat to my eyes, laying it down, and then I can lift up just a little bit to fill in any spots. But you get a nice straighter line that way. If you try to sometimes just draw it straight on like this, you can, if you shake it all, you could get zigzaggy lines, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You want to try to stay nice and tight to it. So I think this helps you, even if you have shaky eyes, you're just basically resting it like right on your lash line and following along flat like this. So even if you do have a little bit more shaky hands, that helps with that. Okay, then we're going to put on our mascara, and again, I always try to separate my lashes a little bit first, and then we curl them. Curling your lashes just gives your eyes a lift, and anything that we can do to lift your eyes and lift, your face, anything lifting is good. So I like it for that, but then I also like it for the fact that because I do wear glasses, if you have lashes that stick straight out and then you put mascara on and that lengthens them, they're going to hit your glasses. So we don't want that. I always wear a eyelash primer. My favorite one is this one by L'Oreal. It's L'Oreal Voluminous Base. I love this. It's a white one, which is fine because your mascara covers it up, but it's got a nice texture to it. So it actually gives some extra volume to your lashes, and it helps the mascara stay on a little bit better. And when I put mine on, I always go to the back of my lashes very carefully and try to get all the way to the tips. And I do that with my mascara too, which is not always easy because sometimes you hit your eyelid, but I want to make sure that so I very carefully go behind, just lightly touching the tips. Okay, got that on. I don't let it dry down all the way. I let it, set for maybe like 10 seconds just so it adheres a little bit and it's not super wet. I don't want it to dry all the way down. And then I'm going to use my L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. I'm loving this since this came out. Just absolutely. Now you can see on this brush, it's sort of curved and then it's got your little spikes. So what you're supposed to do on this is take the bottom part that's curved, put that up against your lashes, and that's supposed to deposit. When I first get this mascara, I will tell you that has a lot on it. So what you want, I like doing better is the opposite side, this top side. It doesn't have quite as much on it. Now, after you've had a little bit, then you can go back to doing that. But at first, it just, because it's sort of like a little well, it dents in its little well, it puts a lot of mascara there. So if you don't want to start out with a lot of mascara, I would do this opposite side like this, which I really like too, because that puts enough on there. And then go in with your bristles to lift and separate. So I hope all of you are having a good summer. It's nice that, we did not have a bad winter. I will say this. We did not have a bad winter. It wasn't super cold. I mean, we had a couple of cold snaps. I will say that. We had a couple of cold snaps. Then it seemed like it got warm, and Michigan's winter this year was weird because we had a couple of ice. We had a big ice storm, which we've had before. I remember back, when I was in high school, I think it was, we had a really bad ice storm and knocked out power, and it was back before people had like in-home generators and everything. We were without power for like a week. It was crazy. We were sleeping in our coats and hats, and we had a little heater, and I come from a big family, so it was interesting to try to survive through all of that. But we've had it before. But that's one of the things in Michigan. Normally we get more snow than we do ice, which I prefer. My mother-in-law lived in Missouri for a while. And I remember her calling all the time, and she would say, they got ice, they got ice, they got ice. And I said, you know what? I will take snow over ice any day. You can drive in snow. There's ways, to be careful. When you're on ice, I don't care. You can be driving 15 miles an hour. You put your brakes on, and you're going to slip. So, yeah, or you can slip and fall on the ice, which is what I did. We had weather where it was cold and it warmed up, and then at night it froze right over, and we had ice, and not my favorite thing. So I am so happy. I will not complain about the heat and the dry weather at all. I'm loving this. So, as I said, I'm just glad to get my brace and everything off, and it was nice to see an X-ray when my doctor, he took the final X-ray, and he showed it to me, and he showed me, where the break was, which I have a picture of. I didn't get a picture like when I was in the hospital, when I went into emergency to see my arm. That day was very crazy, and I wasn't going to take the time to ask. And I really didn't want to look too much when they were trying to set it and everything. I was just trying to deal with handling the pain and everything. But my bone broke in half, and then it was sort of, because bent down, and it was sort of side by side like this. And they tried to set it, and it just was starting to slip right back off. So that's why I ended up having to have the surgery. So when I saw my first picture after I had my surgery of the plate and everything in here, you could see the little line where the crack was and everything. And when I saw my x-rays the other day, he showed me, and I'm like, wow, it's like totally gone. It's healed so good. So I was just ecstatic about that, just knowing that my body, even though I'm 63, sometimes they say that your body doesn't heal as good when you get older. And I was just so happy that it did heal good. In fact, just from some of the things that I've been taking and doing when I went in for my bone density test this year, they said, I still have osteopenia, but it's almost to the point where it's gone. It has improved. And I will tell you, ladies, take care of yourself. Do strengthening exercises. Eat right. I don't take extra calcium, but I take like a protein supplement, and I take collagen, and I take vitamin D. and all those things that help strengthen your bones, because when you get older, you know, you lose collagen, you lose bone density and everything. And that's why it's good to take care of yourself and eat the right things and take the right supplements to, you know, keep yourself as strong as you possibly can, which that is another good thing that I am so happy about, because now that I got the okay, I can go back to lifting weights. I feel like my arms I didn't want to do one arm and not the other, because then it would just get uneven. So I am so glad to be able to go back using my rowing machine, using my Total Gym and my free weights, and to get some strength back in my arms, because I tell you, it's been 3 months. It's been just under by a couple of days of 3 months not using it. And if you don't use it, you lose it. I hate to say it, but you do. So this is the eye look. I am really loving this. So simple. And with a little, I think these are like $3 or $4. So nice, bright, springy looking. I'm all about the nice bright colors for spring. Okay, we're moving on. So I'm going to start with my concealer. And what I did is I bought these. These are by LA Girl. And these are little concealers, but this is like a color corrector. So I'm going to use this one first. And this one's got like a super light peach. It's very brightening, but it's got a peach undertone to it. So it's going to brighten up my eyes. I did not sleep very well last night. I don't know why. I haven't been sleeping well the last couple of days. Just, I think, a lot going on. And, you know, we're still planning our daughter's wedding. This is June, so we have about 2.5 months, a little over 2.5 months. Then I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awakening Caffeine Plus Vitamin C 5-in-1 Concealer. I am loving this. And I have this in the shade Vanilla. This is a good shade, I think, in a couple of the different drugstore brands that I've got. Vanilla seems to be my shade. And then again, I'm going to put it at the side of my eyes. I'm going to take my concealer brush, and I'm just going to take and swipe it just like that. And then I blend down. And you can see how it gave a nice crisp look. Okay. That I love, because it gives your eyes a nice eye lift. Again, you want to draw everything, draw your eyes up, have everything, you know, on your face. You want it to look up and draw up. You don't want your eyeliner down. If you're doing a wing, you want to make sure it goes up. You don't want your eyeshadow, anything down. You want it to lift up, because that is going to give you a nice little facelift. Without the plastic surgery. So, okay, we're going to move on to the rest of our face. I am trying the new version of the L'Oreal True Match. I got this in color C2.5, which is Cool Light Medium. Because I have a cooler undertone, I want to get the cool, and I'm between light and light medium. That is Rhodey barking. I was hoping you wouldn't. Loki is up here with me, so just hanging out with Mom. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics foundation brush, and I'm just going to blend this in. I like this. I would say it's more of a medium coverage. It's definitely not a full coverage. You can build it up if you want to do a couple of layers. If I was going to some event or something, I would, but this is summertime, so, and I'm not doing, like I said, anything. where I need to have super, super full coverage. I am going to put a little bit more on a couple of spots. I do have a couple of, and my nose. I do have a couple of spots where I have like hyperpigmentation redness, so I'm just going to put a little bit more on that. And then blend it in. I'm going to take my sponge and I'm just going to press everything in. Now before I put my makeup on, I do all my skincare. This morning I did give myself a little, I have some Kate Somerville Exfoliate, which I love. And it's a physical and chemical, like little peel. You put it on wet skin and you rub it and you feel the little granules for 30 seconds and you let it set for 3 minutes. And it's got like papaya enzyme and different fruit enzymes that actually help break up the skin, the dead skin cells and everything. And then you put some more water to it and then you scrub some more and just rinse it off, and it makes your skin feel so good. So good. So I did that this morning. Then I put on my moisturizers and serums on, and then I put my sunscreen on. And I am wearing the CeraVe Tinted Hydrating sunscreen on my face. So that gives me definitely a little bit more of a dewy look, which is fine. Then I did bring up, I don't put powder on my face normally all over. I will a little bit sometimes. I normally like to, one of my favorite ones is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. And I still love the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. I love that because it doesn't have talc in it. And as I've explained before, talc is great for people with oily skin, normal to oily skin, because the talc will help dry up excess oils and everything. But if you have super dry skin, I normally don't like to use anything with talc in it because it's going to dry out your skin. So what I'm using is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this under my eyes just to set my eyes. And just a little bit right here where it's a little shiny, and then my nose. Just to set my nose, because my nose is the one spot where it seems like your makeup wants to come off. And you can see just by doing that, just by putting a little right here. I don't put it on my cheeks because those are definitely drier. And then again, we're just going to press it in. Just go back over. And you can see how that just helps blur everything out. Gives it a nice, smoother look. Love that. Okay, moving on quickly. I am loving this e.l.f. Halo Glow, the contour. And I will say this. I'm not crazy about the blush or the highlighter, but I do like the contour, and I like it in the lightest shade because this is very cool. It's hard to find one that's cool. I like the Flower Beauty one. It's okay. It just dries super fast. I mean, some of my favorite high-end ones are Huda Beauty has one that's the perfect tone for me. But you know what? I want to try to have things on my channel that, yes, I will use my high-end ones, but I want to have some of the ones that are definitely a little bit more drugstore brand, because everyone seems to be on a budget lately. Before I go to do that, I'm sorry, my lips are extremely dry, and I did not put any oil or anything on them before I started. Okay, this, as I said, is in the shade Light. And I like this because you can see it's not yellow or golden or orange. It definitely has more of a cooler undertone. And it doesn't dry down super fast, so you don't have to worry about it getting splotchy on you. And I think this contour, it's like $9, $8 or $9. It's not that expensive. You can contour down the side of your nose. I love this brush, Cosmetics. Look at this, look how skinny it is. So it's perfect for, I got it with a contour kit a couple of years ago. But you can see the contour here. But it does not look orange or bronzy. So what I got brought up, my other thing I brought up was my NYX stick. Now I like this one, but you can see definitely different color, and it's gonna look, so I like to use this one more. It's got a contour color to it, but, and it is a cooler undertone, but it's not quite as cool. So this one is good for contouring and for giving you that little bit of bronze look too. So you can see it just gave a little bit of color up there, but I would recommend both of these. They're both cool undertone. If you want a contour with a cool undertone, these will definitely work. They are both great. I love those. Kiko Milano has one that I absolutely love. It's a little bit more pricey. I think it's like $15, or and it may have gone up. When I got it, it was like $15. I think now it's like $17 or $18. So everything is going up, unfortunately. Okay, now I brought up two, and you can tell the drugstore. And I will say this: these are both the Essence Pure Nude blushes. You can barely see the printing on them. They wear off pretty fast, but that's okay, because it's on the back. You got all your information on the back. So I brought up one that was more plummy and one that was more peachy. And I actually think the peachy one is going to work a little bit better. It's like a peachy pink. And if I think it's too peachy, I can always add a little bit of the other color over the top. And you don't want to bring your blush in too close to your nose, ladies. That you just don't want to. You always want to start like right here and then bring it up and back. Again, we're trying to lift. And I like the color of that. It's nice and subtle. So it's got a nice lifted look. Okay. I think we're done with our face right now. I'm going to run downstairs. I'm going to fix this hair that's like a mess and it's got like bedhead and everything. I'm going to go fix this real quick. I will be right back up. We'll do our lips and we'll finish out the video. I'm back. Fixed my hair. Tell you, with it being 90, I am so glad I have my short hair. Put some earrings in to match my white little eyelet tank top I have on. It's going to be so nice outside today. Okay, so we're just going to put some lips on and we'll finish this up. Okay, so I brought up a NYX lip liner. Oh, it does not want to zoom in. I don't know why my phone is just being very picky today. But I brought it up and it is in the color Sable Rose. So it definitely is a pink color. Okay, I'm going to wipe off a little bit of this excess lip oil. And then I like to blend it in my lips a little bit. And then I grabbed a Revlon lipstick, and this is in the shade, goodness, 668 Primrose. So it's a nice pinky rose color. And one thing, ladies, if you want your lipstick to stay on a little bit better, I will put it on, and then I will take and blot my lips, and then I will go back. Oops, got a piece of fuzz. And put another layer on. This is something they've been doing, oh gosh, for years. I remember my mom doing this. She puts them on, blot it off, and put another layer on, and it seems to help it stay on better. So I love the pink. And if you want to leave it like this, which I normally would, but sometimes I like a little bit of extra color, I grabbed a Milani lip gloss, and this is in the shade 12, Sparkling Pink. Let's just add a little bit of it does add a nice shiny lip color, so I do like that. So this is the look using all strictly 100% drugstore products. So I hope you like it. I think this is a look that anybody could do. It was very simple, basic things. 6-pan eyeshadow palette. We didn't even use all the colors on it, but it left a nice look. And as I said when I did the eyes, you could have just used the lighter color on the lid and not put the sparkle on, because the shimmer, but if you want a little bit of shimmer, which it is just a shimmer, it's not very like sparkly or anything. So I think this is age appropriate for any age, from teenagers all the way up to 80s, 90s. To me, makeup has no age limit. Once you start wearing makeup when you're probably, I wouldn't start wearing makeup when you're a tween or, you know, really young, 12, 13, 14. If you're going to do makeup, then I would say like just some mascara and some lip gloss. But when you start getting to be 17, 18, this is an appropriate look for anyone, any age. It's a nice, fresh look. And I think it's a happy look. And I like wearing makeup. It makes me happy. So that's it for today. I do thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your support. I cannot tell you enough how much I do appreciate even the few of you that are watching. I do hope that while you are here, you will subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell, and give it a big thumbs up. And also forward this to your friends. Share this with your friends. It might be something that they would enjoy. I think it would be. Anybody that enjoys makeup, whatever age they are, show it to your daughters, because as I said, makeup is appropriate for any age. This makeup look is great for any age, I think. So thank you again so much for joining me. Go out, have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you again in the next video.